Hello everyone! My name is Hunter, and this is a spoiler review of Ted Lasso Season 3, Episode 7. Now, this was honestly my favorite episode of the season. We had three plot lines here. We had one with Sam, we had one with Keely, and we had one with pretty much the entire team, the total football plot line. And I'm going to start with the total football storyline here because it was my favorite one. So the team is testing out the idea that Ted had at the end of the last episode. And Ted's planning on doing this new tactic on their next game, which is the Friday of that week, which Roy is very unhappy with. He can't believe that we're going to try and teach this new thing and try and do it in 1 week. So yeah, that was really funny. But the funny part was them actually doing total football. That's what I really like about this. It's just we have all of these characters that we know that are established, and they're just interacting with each other. They're all in one spot, and it makes for some really funny moments. There's one long sequence in the episode where Roy gets them all to tie a piece of string around their. Well, if you watch the episode, you know what they tied them around. And so they attached and they tied the strings from one end to somebody else's other. And as a guy myself, I could feel their pain. I felt uncomfortable watching this. But what really made me laugh was Roy's reaction to the entire thing. He was having a ball with this. And it was so funny just seeing him laugh and have such a good time. Seeing them get really hurt on the field there. I don't understand what the point of that was. Even Ted and Beard were like, we're not doing this again. We tried that. It's not going to work. But it was just really funny. And so the last game, they tried total football. It doesn't really work until, and this is a pretty big moment in this series, Jamie decides that he can't be front and center anymore, and it would be best for the team for him to pull back a little bit, which was huge character growth for Jamie since like season 1. I mean, this character's completely changed. I'm pretty sure everyone hated Jamie in that first season, but now he's like one of my favorite characters. Yeah, but they still lose that last game, but they're getting closer. Like even the announcers, the sportscasters, they were like, we're seeing a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel here for Richmond. And Trent goes all crazy. He's like, Ted, this is the brilliant idea. We're doing it the Lasso way. And that's what total football is. And it was just great. The total football plot line was great. I loved it. And then we have Sam's plot line. I didn't find it very interesting until the very end when his restaurant got vandalized and the team came in and helped him. And then his dad came in as well. And all that was just, again, I really just like it when the characters that we know come in and they all interact with each other. Because even the new characters with Sam's storyline aren't that interesting to me. None of the new characters this season seem to have any depth to them. They're really one note so far to me. But when the team came in and helped Sam rebuild his restaurant, I really love that scene. I loved his interactions with his dad. I like his dad, though. And seeing Sam get comfort from his dad and seeing Jamie watch that happen, I've kind of felt really bad for Jamie. Jamie's been going through a lot of character development. And again, he's become a great character. And then we have Keely's storyline, which I don't understand why we're watching this. I don't understand why we have this plot line with Keely. They spent like an entire season getting her and Roy together. They get together, then they break up the first episode in the next season. So it's like, why, if you're going to just throw away everything you built up to also sudden, then why should I care about Keely and Jack now? The only interesting thing I found with the storyline was that Rebecca compared Jack to Rupert. I was like, ooh, that could be very interesting. I'm pretty sure there's a reason why we're watching Keely's storyline. I don't know why we would be watching Keely's storyline if there wasn't. It's just right now from what we're watching, and it's been like this for so long because we've been following Keely so much in these past, since episode 1. we've been watching Keely's storyline for quite a while now, and it just hasn't been it hasn't been interesting to me at all. Even before Jack came in the picture with Shandy, I think her name was. I mean, she's just gone. Like, what was the point of her? Maybe we'll know at the end of the season, but right now, judging by this episode alone, it just isn't that fun to watch. It's just every single time we get to Keely's storyline, I'm like, can we go back to any other storyline in this episode, please? And so, yeah, that's about it. I think the only thing that dragged this episode down was Keely's entire thing. It's just not very interesting, and that seems to be the consensus online as well. So, but if you think otherwise, put in the comments. I would love to have a conversation about this. I don't get a lot of comments on these movie reviews, or not movie reviews, TV show reviews. And I want to know, maybe I missed something, maybe I'm misinterpreting something. And yeah, just let me know. And so anyways, if I had to give this a grade, I would give this episode an 80. I think an 80 is pretty good for this episode. Honestly, the only thing that kept it back was probably the beginning of Sam's storyline and pretty much Keely's entire storyline there. But yeah, an 80 is what I'm going to give this episode. So I do thank you for watching, and without further ado, I thank you and goodbye.